The Golden State Warriors were one of the best teams ever in the last dynasty in the NBA. But all of that came to a screeching halt in 2019. And it was because of an injury that changed NBA history forever.
Ibaka trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant's limping. Durant goes down holding his leg. Ibaka goes up and is fouled down the other end.
The Dubs have not been the same after that Kevin Durant injury. They split up in the 2019 offseason, where Andre Iguodala would go to the Grizzlies and KD would go to the Nets. The Golden State Warriors suffered yet another huge injury from Stephen Curry.
Goes out of the shooting hand stop. Curry with a lot of contact.
And just like that, the Golden State Warriors championship hopes were out the window. In the 2019-20 season, the Golden State Warriors had one of the worst seasons in franchise history, finishing last in the Western Conference and having a horrendous record of 15-50. Steph was able to rejoin the Warriors roster in March and put up a great game versus the Toronto Raptors on March 5th. But then he got the flu and could not play another game that season as the NBA season was put on hold due to COVID, and the Golden State Warriors were not invited to the NBA bubble of 2020. But the Golden State Warriors were back at it once again. But back at it once again was also another injury because Klay Thompson, who was already injured from the 2019 NBA Finals, was finally ready to come back in the 2020-21 season, but he tore his ACL right before the season started. The Golden State Warriors had the second pick in the draft in 2020, which was the day they found out about Klay Thompson's injury, and with that pick, they selected James Wiseman. Against all odds from the start of the season, Stephen Curry looks like an NBA MVP candidate. Curry had the best season of his career this season, putting up 32 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists per game. Threes was going crazy, but the people who weren't going crazy were the rest of Steph's teammates. And that's really what held the Golden State Warriors back, a lack of motivation. The Golden State Warriors title window is closing surely but surely, because Stephen Curry is not going to be the threesist we all know and love now in 3 or 4 years. Time is running out for the Golden State Warriors, but does Stephen Curry really care? He already has 3 championships under his belt and 2 NBA MVP honors. But if the baby-faced assassin does care about winning another championship, the time is now for Bob Myers to make a move. And I've discussed this many times on my channel. The Golden State Warriors have the best assets to make a trade late into the offseason with the assets of Andrew Wiggins and maybe Draymond Green. And in that double package, the Golden State Warriors might be able to do a lot of things. They might be able to get Ben Simmons or even Bradley Beal, which are 2 players Stephen Curry would love to play with. Klay Thompson coming back to the Dubs is scary because Klay Thompson is a lot of times the X factor for that Warriors team. And once he gets hot, it's hard to stop him. But I could see this Golden State Warriors saga ending in 2 ways. I could see them winning the 2022 NBA Finals, but I could also see them breaking up their roster and being at the bottom of the NBA. And I think a lot of people would like to see a Golden State Warriors reboot, getting rid of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. And I think everybody can agree with me here unless you're a Warriors fan, because I don't think anybody wants to see Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green run it back and win another title. You know what's actually hilarious is that in a recent news article by Clutch Sports, the Philadelphia 76ers offered Ben Simmons for Steph Curry, which is obviously not going to happen because Bob Myers loves Stephen Curry way too much, and Bob Myers ended up hanging up the phone. The Golden State Warriors are in a situation where they are extremely overrated and extremely underrated, and I'll tell you what I mean. The Golden State Warriors could be a 2 or 3 seed in the West next season, but they could also be one of the worst teams in the NBA next season, so it just depends on what happens. Klay Thompson said the Warriors are the 2022 NBA champions. defense. And if that happens, then you guys have to tell me that I have to become JaVale McGee for a day. And I'll make a video about it. So the bet is on. I'm a firm believer that the Golden State Warriors are screwed and that they won't win another title in the Stephen Curry era, but I may very well be wrong. I mean, if you look at the Golden State Warriors roster, it's actually deeper than you'd think it is. They have Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter Jr., Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, Nemanja Bjelica, Gary Payton Jr., Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Lee, Kevin Looney, Chris Chiozza, and Michael Mulder this upcoming season. Stephen Curry is a future Hall of Famer, and nobody can disagree with that. It's just the reason the Warriors have sucked is because Steph has been playing on very, very bad and inefficient teams the past few seasons. But the question needs to be answered. Will the Golden State Warriors run it back again, or will they still be stuck at the bottom of the basement? I think there's a sense of urgency in the Golden State Warriors front office, but there's also a place in Bob Myers' mind where he's just like, yeah, whatever, because the Golden State Warriors have been a team that were one of the most polarizing teams in NBA history, a very popular team, and someone that could beat Goliath.